time to take your final.
Boo! I know, I look crazy right now. Let me explain. I have a pimple on my nose, and so I have put some toothpaste on it because if you didn't know, toothpaste helps, like if you have a pimple, it helps bring the pimple to a head so that it can like go down faster. But I didn't feel like having to worry about not touching my nose or making sure nothing else touches my nose to mess with the toothpaste. So I just put a band-aid over my nose with the toothpaste. So that's why this is here. But hello guys, welcome to another video, and today is Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, episode 21, I think. Last time at the end, my stuff glitched bad for some reason. But last time, where we left off, I'm sorry, the reason why I'm flabbergasted is because the last time I played this was April 19th. It's June 3rd. That's crazy, I did not know that it had been that long. But last time we left off, we started the trial. We, talked about how Hiro, because both Celeste and Hina are like dead set on it being Hiro who did it. So we basically just like explained how it couldn't have been Hiro because of the fact that the Robo Justice costume doesn't bend at the waist, so he couldn't have did the, what's it called? I'm gonna actually have to look back at my video because okay, so number one, what I was trying to say was, the person in the Robo Justice costume couldn't have pushed the dolly, because they couldn't bend at the waist. But we also talked about how the order of, because with the hammers increased in size as we found, like, the bodies and stuff like that. It went from Celeste to Fumi to Taka, and the, Justice hammers got, like, bigger in size. We figured out that it was actually like kind of backwards. We first thought that Celeste was the first to get hit, then Hifumi, then Taka, but it's really the opposite. Taka was the first to get hit, then Hifumi, then Celeste. I literally had to go to my own video to see exactly all that happened. But yeah, I'm done with the yapping. Let's get started. Gonna be finishing the trial. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement, the first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies was
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the two bodies.
I did that a little early. Ding dong, dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
She's talking about something. There's nothing proving that he was still alive. The fact that there was no body discovery announcement. Is that not what we literally just went over? We just went over the fact that there was another discovery announcement when we found both of the bodies. Obviously, Taco was dead. He was dead for sure. So, obviously, when we found Hifumi, he wasn't dead in the nurse's office. He wasn't dead until he was in the repository. So, what are you talking about, Celeste?
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Right.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
She's gonna say there's no
other
changes?
than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
Dang.
Then the change, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong. At first I thought I was too late. I thought the words were gonna leave.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can was...
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
How did you remember that?
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
What reason would anybody else have to wipe it off? What reason?
But who would benefit from a
Thank
clean
you.
pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was...
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for him, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
AKA Hifumi.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
Really?
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
I mean, did y'all see the way that man was talking to Taka about alter ego? I'm not saying that I would automatically believe that Hifumi would kill somebody, but it wouldn't be that, like, I can't believe it.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
That note. Thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be... Taka's scrap of paper.
This fucking loser right here. Get a load of this fucking loser right here, y'all.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had
Why did I say it
hidden
like
away,
that? I
aren't
was...
you?
My brain was going between oh my god and oh my goodness. That's why I said it like that.
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. This may be a good room at 69.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been... I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What do you
I don't
gotta
really
say?
understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Yes, he knows.
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, can't let her get to me. this is where we're going to use a scrap of paper in Taka's hand. Broken wristwatch.
Note, right?
How?
Then the person it was intended for must have been happy.
Because
But
it's
remember
going to show.
what the note said.
It's going to show the time.
What time did it say to meet?
It's going to match up with the time on the note.
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
To get rid of
He
evidence.
stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Now I can put the scrap of paper.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly, which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
I mean, him moving the body should have been enough for y'all, but...
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Shut your dumb ass up! Yes, you! Shut...
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository, so he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Atlas hammer. Sorry I'm not saying a lot, y'all. There's just really nothing for me to comment on.
What was used
yet.
to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
What?
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
What's that?
And, that's about it.
Dang. I saw that it was still on the screen. I was gonna take my chance, but it went away right as I did it.
What was used to kill
It wasn't
The weapon had to be one of the Justice...
No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Spotless hammer again?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
It isn't impossible.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
I'm trying to figure out the
Based on
spotless
the
hammer
rules that
fits
have
into
been laid out
this.
to us,
Oh,
even if most,
However, there were 2 murders.
we gotta do this. No, it's wrong.
Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at
I
this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Now, because I've seen this, I know. This pains me. But to be quite honest with you, if this was my first playthrough, I would not pick her. I would not understand why. Even right now, I don't really understand how this connects to her just yet.
Here's my answer.
I don't understand how this connects to her just yet, but...
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. Idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brain-fast, lazy, worthless goddamn idiot! Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
What it is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common, the paper hidden encounters...
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit. Thus, the only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Shut up. I literally just answered a question. Something that you couldn't do.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
No! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Oh, Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well then. Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture to the suspicious individual to Toko, Bianchi, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that piercing cry of yours early on.
It's just funny to me because it's like they're talking about the blood-curdling scream that we heard, and all you hear is ah! Like what was that?
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was
That
your
was
way
not
of
no
telling him,
blood-curdling
here on the
scream.
third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I mean, let's be completely honest. That's just common sense. He couldn't have done it to himself. So it's like, well, I mean, unless you bonk yourself in the head or something, but like he couldn't have done it to himself. Obviously, he was murdered. I feel like that's a little bit of a reach, but hey.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Hello?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must really be enjoying this. enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys died.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? Is this another one where I'm gonna have to take a thing? Because I don't know where Montana file could go into this.
They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about...
Ah, dang. I don't know where else it could go then.
Shoot!
So strange about Celeste's comment?
Here, we are going to die. Just like
Hello?
those...
No, that's wrong. I had it backwards. I was on the right track, but I had it backwards.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is, what is that? Hifumi and the suspect are dancing.
I got it!
Have been drinking? Oh my god.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks that she can prove that there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible?
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Bro.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
No, it's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Hey Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro. You know the words?
Yasuhiro. I got the right.
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. They're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Last name.
I got it! That's right, our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
Wide open.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Handbooks,
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to
The
tell you?
handbook is the only one that makes sense maybe right now.
Name
Because it would show her real name.
Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. Since you have no way to contradict me. That's the only truth there is!
Moron! I'm sorry, y'all. I keep on saying her lines. I love them.
Way to contradict.
No,
It's wrong. The e-handbook is the only one that made sense there, because the e-handbook would show your real
That's
name.
it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh, my heart hurts. Because y'all know, Celeste is my fave character. But okay, let's do this. So, Act 1. Celeste is talking to the culprit, or what am I talking about, Celeste? Hifumi is talking to the culprit. And, okay. This goes here, because they're talking to each other. Act 2. Is there one of Hero walking in? I think it's this. Hero walks in. Hifumi and the culprit are still talking. Actually, could it be that And then this shows that it was time for Hero to come. I don't know. They chloroform Hero, put Hero in the suit, Robo Justice. They they set up the camera. Hifumi put himself on Robo Justice after Taka. Poor Taka. Taka's checking the time. Hifumi, whack. Boom, gone. That is dark. That is probably the most, like, darkest comic thing that they do. I guess Hifumi leaves? I don't know. Act 4, Celeste is like, look at this picture, he attacked me. And then they go to the library. Hifumi's hurt. Justice Hammer 2. I think they take Hifumi to the nurse's office. Hifumi gets the blood everywhere. Justice Hammer 3. Everyone's like, Hifumi's dead. And then they're like, Taka's dead. And Act 6, Hifumi is taking Taka's body. Moves it. Ew! That's just ew. Hifumi's doing whatever that is, singing. The culprit whacks Hifumi. And... no, that's not... that's this. I think I did. I think... oh! Y'all, the weather is getting bad outside. Y'all know earlier when I was like, what is that? And all that kind of stuff. That's a freaking tornado, siren. I don't think it's actually gonna be a tornado, because just like where I am, we don't have tornadoes. But yeah, I wanted to take this. And, because I think they want us to do the Justice Hammer.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Each comic section has a different art style, like it's drawn by a different artist. And this is personally my favorite one.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hero. The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Poor Taka. He's the most innocent one in this situation. He got done dirty.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Right.
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
Why is Hina's ponytail so long?
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
So he completely cleaned himself clean?
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
He completely cleaned himself clean of the blood? He has no blood on him right here. So all that blood was legitimately from him getting all that blood was legitimately from him getting cracked in the head.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
I thought he only wiped the blood from his glasses off, not the rest of the blood on his body.
But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
And look at me, I got all the things right.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all...
My bad. And this is my favorite section as well. Like, look at this. Look at Celeste! Does she not look cool? Does Celeste not look cool
Celeste.
Right there?
Sorry, you lose.
It's ironic that the character that I love...
Lost?
It's ironic that the chapter that the character that I love dies in has some of my favorite parts.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Oh. I did not do very well for like 3 of those in a row. I got like 3 C's in a row. Yeah. I got a B overall.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Oh, if you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, he said B, yay! No, I'm kidding.
What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. Now, I want to go on this rant now before we continue, okay? I know that I was just talking about the things that I like the art style of the comic for this chapter is like literally my favorite, and also the section of where they show the culprit, that's also my favorite one. But I do have a problem with this. I have a problem with how they decide to do Celeste in this trial. Now, I'm not one of those people who, just because a character is my favorite character, that I believe that they can't die, or I get mad if that character gets killed off or something. This is a killing game, okay? In the most respectful way, I don't really care about Celeste dying. It's more so the fact of how they decide to characterize her throughout this trial. From when you first get introduced to Celeste, they literally tell you that she is the queen of lies, okay? She has an amazing poker face, all that kind of stuff. Overall, through Celeste's time, she's very closed off. She doesn't really talk to you. And they literally show Celeste's poker face when Hina first finds Alter Ego. When Hina first finds Alter Ego, and they go, and and when we first get introduced to Alter Ego and all that kind of stuff, we figure out that it's like an AI computer that can actually help us. We leave, and everyone is happy because this kind of gives them a glimpse of hope of like, we might actually be able to leave if, Alter Ego is able to get the information and help us. So we leave, and just like I said, everyone's happy. And so Monokuma finds them, and he's like, what are all of y'all happy for? And Celeste is the one who says, oh, well, we were just going to go to the sauna room, but it's not split up into, a boys and girls section, so we had to like rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first, and Hina won it for the girls. Celeste is the one who comes up with that on the fly. And then even Makoto comments on it. I can't remember exactly what Makoto says there, but even he comments about how Celeste was able to, come up with that on the fly. The game shows you and tells you how Celeste is, and how she has a great poker face, and how she's able to come up with a lie or just like something on the fly like that. They show you that, but then throughout the entire chapter, or not throughout the entire trial, She is constantly freaking out. Only thing that Celeste really tries to do is just to continuously try to throw like, oh, well, what about this? What about the picture? What about what Hifumi said about Yasuhiro? And what about the Robo Justice costume and all that kind of stuff? She just tries to continue to do that, but then every time it just gets shot down. And when that happens, she goes, what? It's like, girl, really? Celeste does a little bit be like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you guys are saying, but that isn't true. But she gives up. Hello guys, it is a entirely new day. It hasn't been that long. It's been like 2 days. I filmed that on Tuesday. It is Thursday, so. Also, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this is the pimple that I was talking about and why I had that band-aid on my nose earlier in the video. But I'm gonna continue where I left off on my little rant, okay? So, just like I said, I'm not one of those people who, like, gets upset that their favorite character died. Like, it's obviously reasonable to be upset that, like, your favorite character died, but, like, it's a killing game, just like I said. Characters are gonna die. It's just the way that they set up things already about Celeste and then almost don't even use it in her trial. Like, to be quite honest, the things that her and Hifumi do in this chapter is just so crazy to me, the fact that they would think that this would work. Like, number one, the picture. The picture would never make sense to me. Because it's like, you really expect people to believe that you were literally just got attacked, and then you saw him drag away Hifumi, and your first thought was, are you kidding me? And then not only that, but the picture is also perfect. The picture is perfect, just stand still. There's no motion blur. No, none of that to even show that you were in motion. Like, the least that you could have done was like move the camera a little bit to make it look like you were in motion, or maybe that you were even shaking or anything like that. And that also would have made it to where it would have been harder to tell that Robo Justice was just leaning on Hifumi. And then Celeste making it to where she is just like constantly like, oh, Robo Justice is here. Robo Justice is here. It's like you're making yourself the center of attention. Celeste is the first one that you find hurt, and she shows you the picture and explains everything. And then she sits here and screams and is like, Robo Justice is here. They look, they see nothing, and then she screams again, Robo Justice is here. Nothing. And I'm like, and it's just like, you're making yourself the center of attention, and that plays into how she got caught. The fact that her and Hifumi are the only ones to have been attacked and seen Robo Justice makes herself suspicious. Plus, on top of that, Celeste is so adamantly, she's just so adamant about making Hiro seem like the bad guy. Automatically, when the trial starts, Celeste is automatically on Hiro. And so is Hina as well, but just overall, it's very, like, it makes no sense to me how they show and they explain how smart this girl is, and how she's the queen of lies, and she's a good gambler, so she has a good poker face, and all that kind of stuff, just for almost none of that to be used in her trial. Just like I said, she does, like, try to keep a poker face of, like, I don't know what you're talking about. But it very quickly falls off. And her being the queen of lies and being very deceiving does show through this chapter of her basically being the one toying everyone on where to go so that everything can go to their plan. But, like, it's so easy to know that she's suspicious. Also, I'm gonna be completely honest. A lot of the things that the characters try to, like, catch Celeste on is very much so a reach. Like, even Byakuya being like, Oh, that was a crazy scream, even for someone like you. It was just you trying to alert Hifumi, you know, to start doing what he was doing and all that kind of stuff. It's like, could she have not just been trying to get everyone's attention and maybe just screamed louder than she expected or something? Or like even those guys died. That was basically like the final blow of Celeste and proving that it was her. But could Celeste have not been talking about Chihiro and Mondo and Sakura and Leon, or Sayaka, I mean, and Leon? It makes sense because, yeah, at that point she didn't know that Taka died, but who said that she was talking about Taka? But yeah, that's it for my rambling. Let's finish this trial. Okay, it's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who devised this whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lunenburg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
Also, it's very crazy that Celeste has the same name as Hiro. I lost? Well, that sucks. Or I guess I should do Celeste's real voice now, huh? I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
Why is my stuff so laggy? I swear, Danganronpa just does something to my computer. It's crazy because it's literally a visual novel, so it's not even like it's that crazy of graphics. So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to him to... Hold on. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to him to get him to agree. Jesus Christ.
So then...
Then did you use, you know? I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice.
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego? Why is my stuff lagging so much? It's not as bad as the last episode, but it's still laggy. What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
Are you okay with
It was Taka. He stole it.
Yeah!
What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did. He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he'd go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm gonna say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him.
Unforgivable!
I'm going to freaking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you will be playing right into his hands. Uh-huh.
Actually,
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is going to try to kill you. What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I?
I swear I will save her!
I have to save her!
Actually.
Then, would you like to join me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Fumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, oh, I forgot that this is Celeste's normal voice. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place. That too! Why would you make something so outrageous as an entire Robo-Justice costume for this? And expect people to really believe that Robo-Justice came and killed people? Even this doesn't make sense, because it's like, you wanted to frame Hero, right? For all this. That was your plan. So why would you need to hide his face or body size? Wouldn't you want people to see Hero? I understand for the picture, because obviously you would need to drug Hero, and to make the picture believable, you couldn't have Hero just sitting there slumped in the picture. So I understand that, but at the like, it's just like there's just so many things that I don't know how she thought people would believe. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad you're just, I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. It's hard to make Celeste come off as condescending with her normal voice. Like with her accent, it's like, and in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. But like with her normal voice, it's like, and in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. It doesn't come off as condescending and rude. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. Like, see, I feel like I could cry.
Well.
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live? That too! After the investigation, and after Hifumi would have been playing dead with Taka, what would Hifumi have done? He's not an actual corpse, so they wouldn't be able to just get rid of him. I mean. Like, what, would he have just popped up in the next chapter? Oh yeah, hey guys, I wasn't actually dead. Like...
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been surprised. Why do I keep on wanting to say surprisingly? I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he had just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was gonna murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point in my plan there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
that's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about that.
No, he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie!
Hey!
I couldn't take it! I hated it from day one! More than anyone else in here!
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out! Every day was fresh torture! And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Who are you, Martin Luther King? And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In that underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European... See, I ruined the moment. To live in a European castle. A castle? And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. And once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. Is that decadence?
It's fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge.
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why should I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own needs. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't that terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying, and plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It is not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I should be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled again, and when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrill Chills! Kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black can disturb the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
This does make me a little bit sad. The burning of the Versailles witch. Witch! Okay, let me stop. Isn't it crazy how people just like genuinely was being accused of being a witch and just got executed for no reason? It's sad, honestly. Now, I will say something about Danganronpa that's a little annoying is that the executions just be random sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Leon's death was thematic because he was the ultimate baseball star. Mondo's was even thematic because he was the ultimate biker gang leader. Both of their executions has something about that in their execution. There was nothing in Celeste about gambling. And the thing is, I have heard people like say that the whole point is that Celeste wanted to be different, right? That's why she faked the accent. That's why she dressed the way that she did, and all that kind of stuff. Because she wanted to seem different and, you know, cooler than she actually was. So her dying, like in a fire, like you saw how happy she was. As a last FU to Celeste, basically. Monokuma killed her in one of the most, like, basic ways, that in which is, like, by getting hit by a car, aka the fire truck. So instead of her getting, like, a fantastical or cool or abnormal death, she got, like, a basic one. But still, I do wish that her execution was a bit more thematic, but the third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
And jeez. And here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down, one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So, anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Wow. Oh man, oh geez. Oh man, oh geez. What do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kinda awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well?
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
See ya! Wow! Yup. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko. Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you? Most likely. It's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go alone. I'm gonna go on alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us. Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko here alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. As the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I had never heard Kyoko sound relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we had this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Chihiro/alter ego's voice makes me lightheaded. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own at this school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't even see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? Then you too. No! I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Oh, just a little bit more. Don't know why I got it. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... Of course. What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. Decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or a monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, ka-shunk. At the same time, as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall, and I had no idea what was going on. A bump? I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? Turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door, and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor, there's a storage closet, and way at the back of the closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? There's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope Speak Academy's student registry? It's the only thing in here not covered in dust. Had someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and it turned my attention to it. And I turned my attention onto it. What's going on with me? What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. The strange sensation. Like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. Seen them somewhere before. But I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Wow. A strange sound rang out through my head. Felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. But then, darkness. Don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. Ugh. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone? It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back toward my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh. The farther I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... Huh? As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint but undeniable. That sound was coming from the gym. As I desperately hauled my shaky frame toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. Krak, daga, gakunk, bagya. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Kacha, bakya, bakyu. Hagaga, hagaga, hagaga. Hagagya, haya, paching, bakya, da-da-dun, sa-sha-sha-sha-sha-sha. Before me there raged or ragged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No. My goodness, dude. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be the mastermind spy is dun dun dun, a next generation legend? Stand tall, galactic hero. Rest in peace. The Super Robo Justice present. I want to say my dada, of course. Whoa! Alright. So that is it for chapter 3, guys. This chapter... I mean, I told you guys before this chapter even started, it's not my favorite. It's not horrible, I'd say. It's just like... how could any of that plan seem smart to anyone? Like, any part of that plan, like, how? But yeah, next time, we're going to be starting chapter 4. So, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye!